Hi, Fertility Godmother family. Today we're going to be talking about the missing link and what is stopping you from getting pregnant. So come grab your tea and come join me. I'm Denise Noyer-Erez. I'm your Fertility Godmother, and I help women save time and pain on their path to pregnancy by helping them naturally maximize their overall health, which really directly impacts your fertility. So I'm really excited to be here with you today. I'm getting all this stuff. Hello. This is bugging me. Sorry. Okay, I don't know what all that is. Hello, Vivian. Hello, everybody. So happy to have you here. I don't know what that is. So today I wanted to talk about finding the missing link. I think it's really important to be able to really take a look at what you've been doing. So if you can just take a pause with me and really become aware. Hi, Haley. Really become aware of what's going on for you. So awareness is really the number one thing that you can do is you start to become aware of yourself, because you can start to look at your habits, right? You can start to be able to look at your patterns. You can start to really see, okay, what have I done? What's working? What do I need to change? So starting off with awareness is going to be really, really important for you to help you find that missing link. So sometimes it becomes as, let me ask you some questions. Like, are you putting things in your body that are nourishing your body to really help you get to your goal, to help you feel healthy, to maximize your fertility, to maximize your overall health? You know, your overall health really impacts your fertility. Your overall mindset, your emotional health, your physical health, they go together. Everything is so connected. And so if you're maximizing your overall health, and part of that is making sure that you are putting in foods that are naturally maximizing your fertility. So foods is a big part of that, right? And you don't have to be perfect with that. So I have some women I work with, because I work with a lot of really overachievers. I don't know if you're an overachiever, but I have some tips for you. That they just really want to do everything above and beyond perfect, right? Because they have been able to really formulate exactly what they need to do to be successful, whatever they're at. But there's something wrong. So there is a formula for getting pregnant. There is a formula to help you maximize your chances. And it has to be done in the right order. So sometimes, you know, when you're starting to become more aware of what's going on, and sometimes you need help, you need support, and that's where I would come in. I would love to be able to help support you so that you can find that missing link. Sometimes we just can't see it ourselves. I was working with a coach recently, and some things that I'm working with that, you know, I'm always working on myself, because I'm obsessed with becoming the best person I can be, so that I can give you my best self and give you the best. And part of that, you know, is really digging in deep and taking a bird's eye view. So I'm really focusing on this awareness, because if you're not aware, you can't make changes, right? So you have to ask yourself questions. You have to ask yourself if, you know, you really are in alignment with the decision that you made. And have you really even made a decision? Some of the women I work with that are really struggling, they're kind of in this gray zone because of the fear, right? The fear that it's never going to happen for them. But you have to make a decision. You have to make a commitment. And then there's some women want to, you know, only be really healthy for 2 weeks out of the month. So it has to be that consistent action. It has to be taking the steps in the right direction and really making sure that you're consistent. And ask yourself and pause. Are these thoughts in my mind really serving me, right? That's another big concern, is how we treat ourselves, right? I did a survey the other week, and so many of you have these horrible thoughts, are really hard on yourself. And I'm in there too. I'm right there with you. I'm really hard on myself. I can be really critical, and it stops me. So how are your thoughts? How are your thoughts affecting you? How are your beliefs impacting the decisions that you make, right? So for example, if you have to take a lot of supplements, you have to take a lot of supplements. I know that it may not feel so good, but at least there's supplements that are nourishing your body, right? And there's minimal side effects on them. So you have to change what's happening with you. So what's going on? Why, if you're not consistent with taking your supplements, or you're not consistent with eating your vegetables, for example, you fill in the blank. What is it for you that you need to be more consistent with? If you're not consistent with, how do you think that's going to affect your health? How do you think that's going to affect your fertility? And not just right now, but in a year from now. Like, if nothing changes, if you don't change anything, how are you going to get different results? There has to be something for you to change. There has to be something for you to tweak, whether it's just a little millimeter that really moves the needle, or sometimes it's 180 degrees. You got to make a shift. So really, it's important to find that missing link for you. I have some other questions I wrote down because I sometimes get nervous and get in my head. So I wanted to ask you about that. So we talked about asking your thoughts. The other thing is, are you creating the space to be able to deal with your disappointment, with your frustration? Are you covering it up and pretending it doesn't exist because you feel like you have to be positive, right? Or are you sitting in it and not getting out of it? So that is something that maybe you can make a shift on, because it's really important to feel the frustration, feel that disappointment, and then move forward, move through it, because you're not always going to be there. You have to keep moving forward and staying strong. But it's important to feel it and not pretend. And it's okay. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be negative sometimes. Just don't stay there, right? So that's where managing our thoughts come in. So maybe it's not grabbing your phone first thing in the morning, right? Maybe it's not looking at the news before you go to bed and having that negative thoughts and scariness of the world going on right when you go to sleep, or even when you wake up, right? So it's not about being ignorant to that, but it's really about managing how it affects you. So start questioning everything you do. Like, ask yourself, start to become really aware of you, of what shifts that you might need to take. Start to ask these questions. Just pause. If you're going for a bag of chips or maybe a cupcake or whatever it is for you, ask yourself, why am I getting this cupcake? You know, maybe it's because, I feel I worked hard this week, or I deserve this. Well, do you deserve it, or do you really deserve nourishing foods? Switch your mindset. Choose to do something else. Now, yes, it's an emotional piece to have a cupcake or ice cream. I happen to love ice cream. But, when I was in my 20s and I was working out all the time, I would eat a lot of ice cream. Now it's a different story. I have to make a shift, or I would not be healthy and energetic and being able to do this. We have to really take a look and see where we need to make a shift and be honest with yourself. And some of you may need some help and some guidance with that. But I wanted to give you some questions to just ponder. So creating the space, watching your thoughts, watching your belief systems, because this may sound a little odd for you, but the thoughts that come in our mind aren't really our thoughts. They've been given to us, and we have the power to shift them. We have the power to be able to have a different thought and stop that thought. And it's really important, because when you do that, when you take that on and you face it, it changes everything. It changes everything for you. So I promise you that. So I want to make sure, did you do all the right steps in the right order? Have you done your fertility testing? Sometimes you have to advocate for yourself, right? Because the doctors, they want to do the minimal amount possible for some reason. And you need to get some tests done. You do. You need to get some baseline testing to see how everything is functioning. Where are your deficiencies? Where are your excesses? What's going on? It's so important to take a moment, and sometimes you have to push for your doctor to be able to do that. Or you can go to somebody like myself who can write you a prescription, or a naturopath, or somebody that can give you what you need to get if your doctor is not on board with that. But it's so important because that will give you the information that you need. That's a great way to think about it. Thank you, Haley. So there you have it. Those are some tips. I also wanted to share with you, I'm really excited about this. I put together an amazing online course for you. It's called the Get Pregnant Method. If that's something that you are ready for, it's a really affordable, amazing program so that you can save your time and understand exactly what needs to happen, and you can do it at your own pace. So just click the link in my bio and you can sign up for the Get Pregnant Method online program, and you can do it at your own pace. So just wanted to offer that to you. It's new for the Fertility Godmother family. I'm really excited about it. So you'll be seeing more of that. And next week, I will see you here. If you have any questions or you need some information, please comment in the chat below, and I will see you next time. Here's to your health and to your fertility. I'm Denise Noyer-Erez. I'm your fertility godmother, and I'll save you time and pain on your path to pregnancy. Mwah. Until next time.